What's up, chat? It's your boy G. Today we got another. John Fetterman has been under fire lately because he is a registered Democrat. He is a Democratic senator, and he typically tends to make sense. And a lot of the Democrats can't stand it. Well, a lot of the left can't stand it. He is a Democrat. There's a difference between the left and a Democrat. And Mr. Fetterman took on News Nation to describe the government shutdown and his thoughts and opinions on the government shutdown. So we're gonna watch it, get into it. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe for me, please. This is where all my content will be posted, especially my reaction video, and also follow me on TikTok. I do a lot of different things on TikTok, man. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Let's get into it without further ado. Let me go here.
Important senator in the country right now is Pennsylvania.
Hold on. My headphones are on. There we go. Headphones are on now. There we go.
The man in the middle, the man I believe is the most important senator in the country right now is Pennsylvania's John Fetterman, because he is, maybe because of his size, able to hold on to what he believes are his principles. And he could be the deciding vote. Remember, this isn't about the House, it's about the Senate. And we are fortunate enough to have Senator John Fetterman joining us right now. Senator, Pennsylvania. Move down.
Just gonna move it down there.
He's right here. We'll put this. All right. Senator gets situated. Bill, find your seat.
I didn't hear the music.
No, you're all right.
Isn't there music?
All right. Bill's
and
lost.
It stops and you get a chair.
Bill's lost. Where's Spencer? Get him up here. Sit him down. All right, there we go. All right. Everything's fine again. Senator, thank you for joining us. Stephen A., what do you have for the senator?
Was there a dress code?
No, sir.
I missed that.
No, sir. We don't play that here. Not at your size.
Okay, yeah.
Two-part question. Number one, when the hell is the shutdown going to end? And number two, who's most culpable for the shutdown taking place to begin with?
What, the shutdown? I think right now I'm only one of two Democrats that are voting to keep the government open. And now I have chose to do that because I think it's like a core responsibility as a senator to keep our government open. The Democratic Party, my party, the Republican Party, they have different priorities. And that's how democracy, you sort those things out. But you don't hold shutting the government down as a hostage.
Why are you a Democrat, though? And I don't say that being a wise guy. You support Israel, correct?
Yeah, well, okay. I do, and that's been isolating too.
All right,
because
but look, you support Israel, and the progressives don't, generally speaking. You are for a very rigorous defense against Putin in Ukraine, correct? You want to stop him, right?
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, I would fully support. In fact, I just on social media encouraged President Trump to provide tomahawks to the Ukrainians.
Okay.
I mean, it's like he is probably the only person in the world that could end this terrible war. And I think, why can't we all agree that that's necessary?
You're not a wild spender. You want to get the debt under control. So why are you Democrat? Your party is against you on all three of those issues.
Well, I mean, a lot of the things that maybe I really believe in calling balls and strikes, and I think I want to follow the truths. You know, and
why aren't you an independent?
I want to say this. Look what he said. He said he follows the truth. A man that has principles and values, no matter what party he goes to, no matter what church he goes to, no matter where he goes in his world, he's always going to abide by his principles. And that's what he's saying. I abide by my principles, no matter what party I'm in. And the party that I'm in used to have these same morals and values, and they don't anymore. So, hey, that ain't a him problem.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, those are some independent thoughts, but overall, I mean, you have to pick one side, Republican, Democrat. That's always been my party. And Bill, let me just say, it's like I'm the only Democrat in my family. I grew up in a conservative part of Pennsylvania, and I grew up and I know and I love people that voted for President Trump, but they are not fascists. They're not Nazis. They're not trying to destroy the Constitution and those things.
We got to understand there's the difference. There's a left. There's a left, right? There's a left. And there's Democrat. He's Democrat. The others are left.
And that's part of another thing. I refuse to call people Nazis or fascists, or I would never compare anybody to Hitler and those things. And now that kinds of extreme rhetoric is going to continue. We're going to be more likely in resulting in extreme kind of outcomes and political violence and doing all these kinds of things like Charlie Kirk. For me, all I could say is like, let people grieve. Give people the space. I'm not going to use that terrible thing and that Pasek assassination to make my argument and try to put out my views. It's like, my God, you know, he's a father that had his neck blown out by a bullet. And now people have forgotten. President Trump was in my state, was shot in the head. And if that would have, could you imagine where our nation would be if he was hit in the same way with Kirk? We really got to turn the temperature down. And we can agree to disagree on these kinds of things. But right now, shutting down the government, I just can't take it that.
So what do the Democrats, your contemporaries, say to you when you say that to them?
What do I say to them is like...
No, what do they say to you when you say that?
What do they say to me?
Yes.
Yeah, well, parts of my base are angry with me.
No.
And primarily, which is really strange. I, run the numbers. I vote, I think, 90% plus Democrat, but they're angry, and it's like, but I, with my base, very, very angry about me being fully, unapologetically supportive for Israel. And that really pushed that. I've backed Israel through this entire thing. Now, of course, it's heartbreaking in the tragedy in Gaza and what's happened to the innocent Palestinians. Now, for me, I blame Hamas and Iran and Hezbollah and some other people. They'll believe Israel, and I refuse to do that.
Let's get an audience question. Varian, please. Where are you from, and what is your question for the senator?
Good evening, gentlemen. Great to see you again. Darian Roget from the great state of New Jersey. Drove down just to see you guys. I saw you guys at Westbury in Long Island on the Three Americans tour, thanks to Bill, a few months ago. Pleasure to be here. So my question is about the leaderless, rudderless, dilapidated state of the Democratic Party at the moment. And I can say this as a Republican, I'm elated by that, but I also believe we do need two robust political parties in this country, at least. So do you think the Democratic Party will eventually moderate a la Bill Clinton circa 1992 and find a political third way eventually by the time of the 2028 presidential election? Or, on the other hand, do you think they continue down the sort of where the energy of the party is, right? The far left, AOC, Zohran Mamdani-esque trajectory nationally, and which, in my opinion, is doubling down on stupid and on the issues that cost them the 2024 election, and continue, as the august Bill O'Reilly would say, continue being pinheads. So that's my question.
Excellent question, but I want the senator to answer. Do you see any moderation of the progressive wing of the Democratic Party?
The question,
you see
the question was for the senator.
Well, I mean...
By the way, Bill, so you know. I know he called you august, but the question was for the senator.
My earpiece isn't working.
Yeah.
Who is this? I don't even know who he is.
Please lean back. Go ahead, Senator.
Yeah. Well, if you're thinking about winning the election, and so now that's all going to come down to 7 or 8 states. And that's really that matters. And I would like to remind everybody, because we all know that Trump ran the table, all of those kinds of states. And now you can't ever forget, these are the states that are going to determine who's going to be the next administration. And now a lot of the things, the extremism that people turned their back in 24, and that's how we kind of came up short. I campaigned for thousands of miles across Pennsylvania for Vice President Harris. And it was going to be incredibly difficult. You could just feel the energy there. And people really have connected there at a very fun.
And this is why I respect this man already. I haven't really watched a lot of John Fetterman. I'm going to watch more of him. But I respect it because he is being honest. And this is a person that is within the party. So he gets to, he's being outcast right now, but he knows more than the most. He knows more than the average Republican senator because he's around his Democratic colleagues probably more. He knows them. And he just literally said that it was very hard campaigning for Kamala Harris. and he's a Democrat. He isn't a Republican. He isn't biased. This is his party. So for him to say that speaks volumes.
Fundamental level. And that's what I tried to explain to my party. And I'm trying to explain to the party right now. It's like, this is why we lost. And this is where we need to be to continue to win for these things. And there are parts of extreme things emerging clearly on those things. And that's why I refuse to follow that, even if that is going to cost me support in parts of the base.
Do you think Harris could have gotten a deal with Hamas?
Well, I mean, you brought up a good point. I think I was the only Democrat early on to give President Trump credit for the peace deal. Why wouldn't you?
Do you think Harris could have gotten it?
Well, again, I don't know. She's not the president. But where I'm at right now, it's like, ask any of the hostages or their families. They think President Trump was a hero and he deserves, the kind of deal for that thing. I think that was really a remarkable development.
Do you think Harris could have got him out?
No.
Ooh, Stephen A., they not gonna like that. They ain't gonna like that, Stephen A. Ooh, 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 Stephen A.
I think it's a silly question.
It's a what?
I think it's a silly question.
Wait. Do you agree that it's a silly question?
That's why they're clapping. They're clapping because they.
Security. Right here.
I think the most important point is just realizing who did it, not hypothetically or anything. I'm saying it's like, here's what happened, and there are actual members of my party that have refused to even acknowledge that this was significant. And that's for me, where it's like, hey, our politics might be different, but this was a significant development.
Okay.
And now also it's what Israel was able to accomplish. They had to neutralize Hamas, Hezbollah, Houthis, and Iran. And also another thing, the Iranian nuclear facilities. I mean, like, I was the only Democrat that supported, you have to destroy those facilities. Can you imagine if they didn't, Iran could be acquiring a nuclear bomb?
But this is the thing, though, and this is why, I wasn't really big on YouTube when all this was happening. I wasn't uploading no videos, and I was kind of keeping my opinion on TikTok. If you go back to all the previous presidents, Democrat, Republican, they all say the same thing. You can't let Iran have a nuclear bomb. Even Obama said it. Obama said, I will do everything in my power to make sure that they don't have a nuclear bomb. So I don't understand what the problem is, or why the issue was that Trump decided to blow it up.
And, who knows within the next year?
Let me say this. Out of respect to Kamala Harris, let me tell you why she deserves an explanation as to why I don't think she could have gotten it done. Because leading into the election, what was the problem? It was extreme capitulation to the progressive left, who were finding reasons to side with, I don't want to say siding with Hamas. I certainly don't want to accuse them of that. But it just seemed like whatever they wanted, the left that wasn't far left was leaning more left. And so because of that, why should we believe that all of a sudden she'd get into office and she'd forget what she thought got her there? That's the only reason I'm saying that. Having said that, I'd like to get back to the person that asked the question, and I'd like to remind them that's part of the problem, respectfully, when you're calling them pinheads and going through all of this other stuff. See, that kind of name calling feeds into things.
Yeah, but he did it in a funny way.
Let me explain it's a funny way.
It wasn't malice.
I didn't say he was malice. I didn't say there was malice. What I'm saying is that you have to take into consideration how the other side is going to react to it. When I think about the Democrats right now, you ask the question as to what change is going to take place. Will they change? Could they ever change? Well, a lot of that depends on the midterm election. If they lose the midterm election, they'll change. They got no choice if they want to have a shot in 2028. If they don't, they get blitzed like they did in 2024. Then guess what? It's going to incentivize them to change. So it all depends on the midterm election.
Did you hear what he said about the Mets? Come on, you're crucifying them. So if
I didn't crucify him. He and I just waved at each other.
No,
he didn't crucify. The only person that's using that word is you.
If you feel that the other side, with the other team or whatever, and I want to get your opinion on this, is doing something bad for the country, then you go after them, right?
Yeah, well, it's like that's why shutting the government is really what the Democratic Party wants to do. And I follow country, then party, and it's the wrong thing for the country in a period of chaos. I refuse to vote to shut our government down. I absolutely would love to have. I would love to have a conversation about extending the tax credits for health care. Absolutely. But I would remind everybody, too, this was designed by the Democratic Party to expire at the end of the year. This is not something taken by the Republicans. That's
This and listen, let me tell you this. This is why the Democrats designed it to expire at the end of the year. Trump was never Trump was never ever in the plan to be president. They didn't. They planned for Trump not to be president. Either he was going to be assassinated or he was going to be in jail. Trump was supposed to be the president. So you got to think about it. Leading up to this, they did everything in their possible power to make sure that Trump was not going to be the president, and they thought that everything that they did was going to stop him from becoming the president. Now, I'm not saying, I'm not leaning toward like, hey, Trump is God is king. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying this is what they did. They did everything in their power to make sure that Donald J. Trump does not become the president of the United States. So that's why this plan to go into effect at the end of the year, because they plan to completely just rehaul everything and have the country under their control, and it backfired on them. And that's why they're doing these last ditch efforts, like Fetterman just said, to shut down the government, vote to shut down the government to make the Republicans look bad, to hold everything hostage. Come on, man, you got to use your head with this, bro.
They were designed to expire. Now let's have a conversation to extend it and not shut our government down, and let's continue to have.
Thune has already agreed to that.
Well, I mean that.
You know that.
Well, for me, I do believe Leader Thune is an honorable man,
Yeah.
and I do believe he's
We'll
not going to lie. I mean, you can't guarantee any outcome, but what I'm saying is that's talking about what's wrong for the country. I can't vote for thing. I can't vote to shutting our government down.
I think that you guys have the right fight, but the tactics get in the way, and the absolutism gets in the way. Senator, I'll let you go on this. First of all, thank you very much for joining us.
It was nice of him.
And as somebody who was raised by a real one when it comes to Democrats, my father, politics was very simple for Mario Cuomo. Facts change.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of him.
Me too.
The bridge.
I hear him in my mind all the time. Facts change. Principles do not. And whether it's how you decide to present yourself, where you connect to your constituents, or that you are willing to take the beating that comes along with it, I think that's honorable, no matter what your party is. I just have one question as you go. That. Senator, do you still love public service? And if you knew when you first decided to run for Senate what you know now, would you have still done it?
Oh, yeah, it's an incredible honor to be Pennsylvania's voice in the Senate. And now I'm found to work a way forward with my new friend, Dave McCormick, the Republican there too. He is a Republican, but we get along. Some people are angry at that, and we're going to work to find wins for Pennsylvania.
And that's the thing, bro. I keep saying, like, it don't matter what party you're in. It doesn't matter your political beliefs. It doesn't matter your religion. I don't care. If we can put that aside and still find a common goal for the people, it don't matter who's the president. It doesn't matter who's in control of the Senate. It doesn't matter who's in control of the House. As long as they have common agendas and common goals, they can find common grounds on things for the people. That's all that matters. It don't matter about nothing else. That's literally all that matters. It's the people. Don't matter about your party's agenda or the other party's agenda. The people's agenda matter.
And now that's come up where I know what pays the bills, and saying outlandish things and call people names and calling them pieces of whatever and those things. I refuse to do that. You have to find to work people together. And I was able to work with Secretary Duffy, and I was able to unfreeze $1.3 billion of projects in Pennsylvania. That's a significant win, because that's why, to your point of, we have to work together for these constituents. I know that's not about the clicks online. It's about real jobs, real projects that impact real Pennsylvanians. when you're crossing a bridge or these things, it's like, are you a Republican or Democrat? We're all driving over these kinds of things. So these are important projects, and that's why I refuse to just call someone a name, and we have to find for wins, and that's where we're at.
Senator John Fetterman, thank you for joining us on News Nation. Thank you for watching.
Thank you guys for watching, man. That was that, man. I learned something new today, and I'm gonna dive deeper into John Fetterman. You guys know how I feel about Stephen A. I like Stephen A. I think Stephen A. is a common census. He's not a Democrat. He's not a Republican. He's a common census. And I think Fetterman's the same. And I just feel like the left does not like either one of them because they use common sense. Like myself, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat, but I'm common census. Sometimes I tend to lean more right than the left because I just don't agree with a lot of the things morally that the Democrats and the left talks about. So if you want to call me a Republican, okay, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a registered Republican, but I'm independent. But it is what it is. Thank you guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, man. Follow me on TikTok. Also follow me on Twitch, man. Follow me on Twitch because I do live stream and I do watch videos live. Follow me on Twitch, man. Be a part of the community. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful